Hi, welcome back to Roundtable Talks. I'm David Taparis, broker of record of Union Capital Realty, and today we have Karina Eskandary. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Karina, you have been with John and I for the last 5 years prior to us opening up Union Capital Realty.
It's like 8 years.
Since then, it's been 3 years more, and you have really grown as an agent. You have, in the last 2 years, have accomplished being 1% on the real estate board based on your production. 3 years, Union Capital Realty #1 agent. Talk to us how you, and actually I should mention also, is that you've now formed a team of 5. So talk to me how you've accomplished all of this in relatively short period of time.
I think, honestly, like, not to toot your own horn, but being with you and John really helped propel my business. Like, when I first started, obviously I didn't know anything. I was new. I was coming after a year on the pre-construction side, and I joined you guys as your first team member, right?
First team member.
I was your first team member, and during that time, I was pretty disorganized in terms of my business. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I think just your mentorship really helped me understand what a successful agent needs to do. And a lot of that is developing a business plan, and then from your business plan, your marketing strategies will flow and your systems will come into place. So having your lead systems properly organized is essential. And I think without doing that, it's extremely hard to have continuous repeat business, because if you're not doing proper follow-up, it will not lead to business that continues to flow.
And I do agree. I think that that's a big item that is lacking in a lot of business. A lot of agents' business is an actual business plan. But obviously, throughout the process, it hasn't always been clear sailing. What are some of the hurdles that you have encountered? Because you have to go through some animosity or whatever the case may be in order to get and grow as an agent to get to where you're at. So talk to me a little bit on some of the hurdles that you've encountered over the course of 8 years.
I think some of the biggest hurdles is figuring out who you are as an agent, because social media, it's so easy to just look and you see all these agents and people just try to copy other people, but it doesn't come off like authentic. So it's great to get some of your ideas from maybe some more established agents or people that you like what they're doing, but if it's not authentic to who you are, and I think a lot of times that's a big hurdle, is understanding who you are and your value add proposition. And until you know that, you won't come off authentic in anything you do, not even just social, but just how you're interacting with your clients. So that #1, I believe, takes time. Another hurdle is obviously just organization and knowing which systems work best for you and your personality type. So again, that comes down to knowing who you are. If you know you work better in a certain way, then maybe that different program or CRM is going to work better for you, and it takes time to kind of figure that out. And another hurdle is just motivation and discipline.
Well, I was actually going to say that with the motivation part was I mean, 8 years is a good amount of time in the business. So I can honestly say, for someone that is successful like yourself, how do you keep motivated to that point? Like when you're doing a lot of deals, there's probably a lot of rejection. And what do you do to stay motivated in this business?
I think you hit it on the nose. Like, rejection's huge. You get rejected 99% of the time, but that's why you need consistent lead flow, that 1% works, right? So resilience is key, I believe, in this industry. And you can't get bummed down of someone saying no to you. It's not everyone's gonna like you. It's just fact, right? But it's knowing how to pick yourself back up and working from a place of abundancy versus a lack mentality. I think that's a big thing that a lot of agents need to do, and is to continue being resilient in the face of rejection.
Yeah, I like that. I think when you're saying when you are working from a place of abundance, it's much easier, not that you'll ever like it, but it's much easier to take that rejection and just brush it aside and move on to the next.
Exactly.
So that's key. I guess the whole point of that is the takeaway is to make sure that your pipeline is always full and you're not working with just one person at a time. Well, Karina, I want to thank you for joining me today. It was very great to have you here and informative. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to Roundtable Talks. Until next time, everybody enjoy their day. Thank you.